Welcome back, tribe. I have one here that is beyond ridiculous, and you guys have been blowing me up with messages to cover this. I already saw parts of it, and it just blew me away. Wow. If Audacity had a picture, it looks like this. Let's get into it.
Woo. Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
This is Atlanta dating, by the way. I went and looked at her profile just to see what was going on. If this was a skit or not. It's real. It's real.
Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording?
So, I'm going to let it play before I get in.
Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
I know why the brothers are leaving in droves now. I mean, wow. I gotta let it keep going.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
yes. Let's talk about it. About it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman.
I don't have my soundboard for this shit. I wish I did. We do not have the same beauty standards. Okay.
And you're courting her. Because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree.
See, look, man, the brutal truth. How he looks versus how she looks. Unfortunately, the reality of the game is this. He is average or below average. I mean, on the comment section alone, let me just look at it because I'll pull him up later near the end and we'll talk about it. But this is a nice guy by all metrics. Attraction, low to zero. She's basically using him as a foodie call, had absolutely no inclination of sleeping with him. This guy was just entertainment for the day. She expected to be taken to a nice place. Dude decided Cheesecake Factory, and you'll see why later. But these rules, the shaming, everything you see that he has to go through here, or at least she tried to shame him, and it backfires on her by even her own audience on TikTok. But this shaming only happens to these kinds of men. Completely honest. If this dude was actually really good looking, nice chain, watch on, nice car, nice place, smooth, charismatic, all that stuff, she'd be on her best fucking behavior. She'd be smiling. The attitude is completely different. There's absolutely no resistance, no shield. She makes rules for these kinds of guys, the nice guys. I mean, look how he's dressed too. He's got like a very basic button up for a basic woman with purple lipstick and some green top that doesn't even fit right. I mean, Cheesecake Factory is about as high of a restaurant she should be expected to be taken at when you're dressing up with purple lipstick. Anywho.
I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself to keep you safe, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least
what did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well, I mean, even when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I don't know.
And I can respect that. I can respect that. When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
Again, I don't
we're not
know
there
yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself
there's
all made
nothing
up.
wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay. Well, look at my planner where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so.
So he made an appointment at an even nicer spot, Aria. Then she is an hour late. Doesn't even text the guy beforehand. He's already arrived. They already have a reservation. He's waiting in his car. An hour. This whole situation could have been avoided, honestly, brutally truthful, if he wasn't such a fucking simp. This is what happens when you're thirsty. This is what happens when you're a nice guy and you have no boundaries and you want to be a, quote, gentleman in their eyes. You get played for a fucking fool. You're looking like a fool.
Look how I look like a fool.
Look at him. Now he's got to be on live or TikTok arguing his side of this stupid ass interaction that should have never gotten this far, because when she was 15 minutes late without texting you any information, next, leave the spot. That date is a fail. She flaked. Instead, you actually waited a full 60 minutes or more for Bozo with purple lipstick and a green top to finally waddle her ass over to your car with an attitude.
Look how I look like a fool.
After not holding your hand to the whip or into the parking lot or whatever it was that she didn't do that he brought up, only to get treated like this. I gotta say, as much as a piece of shit this woman is with her attitude and audacity, he's also equally a fucking turd with no spine. You gotta keep it real, 100 on both sides.
Oh, I got home a little late, and like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment, and that is not possible.
And that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice fancy restaurant as Aria, especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do.
Hey everyone, if you have a minute, please head over to legionofmen.store and grab yourself some cool merch as well. We have a bunch of limited edition designs, brand new stuff on the way, and all the proceeds go to supporting the channel. We don't want to be sponsored by corporations where we have to submit videos for review, have our speech impeded, or push any products that we don't use. So thank you so much to everybody that goes into the shop. Again, it's legionofmen.store. I'll put it up here for you guys. First time customers get a 10% off, and we have a bunch of great designs by artists from the community that watch the channel and support. They get proceeds as well, a percentage of everything that gets sold. So community funded through and through. And it's no synthetic fibers on any on our products. We're using cotton only, of course. I got your back from all those chemicals from synthetic fibers. Again, appreciate you guys. Let's continue. Self-inflicted. Do you see what I mean? One, highest standards in the world, fucking turd with audacity, manipulative, and plain predator behavior of using men. The other one, another turd with, unfortunately, no boundaries, no self-respect, very little self-esteem, still supplicating after being treated like shit. This does not happen to most people. This is a rare combination of two turds meeting together and letting us all, the entire world, see what happens when someone with no boundaries meets a predator and is getting used. The nice guy versus the, what could you say, manipulative, mean girl. I mean, this is essentially what the dynamic is here. What's even crazier, had she not posted this, and if she truly wanted to, because she's just making him out to look like a complete fool, she could have, in this moment, said, you know what, you're right, let's do Cheesecake Factory. I'm sorry, I'm just being a bitch. I had a long day at work. And Bozo here would have bought it 100%. Would have happily taken her out to Cheesecake. All she has to do is give him like a hug, a pat on the back, a kiss on the cheek at the end of the night. I'm going to be a gentleman and respect you, he's going to say. And then he would have taken her out to Aria. And they would have went, and she could have went a little further by grabbing him some more, hugging longer, a few more pecks, maybe making out. And then the third date would have been another nice spot. Another nice spot. And this is how you ring a man until he's got nothing left. And she would have given up nothing but a kiss here and there. And she could have 3-4 of these guys waiting. And he would have been Mr. Meal number 1 of the week. That's it. He's labeled as Simpy McSimp number 2 of many. This is why I try to teach you guys, man. You have to value your time, your money, and your attention like nothing else. Everybody wants it. Everyone in the world, all companies, all governments, people in general. That's what a man has to give. This guy does not value his time because he waited an hour, does not value his attention because he's willing to still pay for the said restaurant with her, and doesn't value his money because he's trying to wow her with a nice ass place like that after being disrespected in so many ways. She couldn't even fucking tell you before you started driving, hey, I'm running late. Can we kick this back another hour? Thank you so much for understanding. He should have responded back with, hey, I understand life happens. I'll be there an hour later. Or if he doesn't want to reschedule, hey, I made a reservation. We're going to miss it. Let's just schedule this for another day. Let me know when your schedule clears up better. And be on his way. And take it as a signal that she doesn't value his time and she's not that interested in him. Because a woman will create time out of fucking nowhere for any man that she's truly interested in. She'll text you back within seconds. The hand is glued to the phone for every modern woman today. It's not that difficult. If you're getting short sentences, LOL, K, great, see you soon, dead end conversations on text, next. Constantly late, next. Attitude like this, next. Guard your time, bro. There's no point in forcing this date with somebody that doesn't seem interested if you can meet a girl that legitimately answers texts when she's supposed to, schedules and communicates like an adult how you're supposed to, and it just seems to be rolling smooth up until the date. Unfortunately, McSimpy here, nice guy, and I hate to rag on him, I'm not trying to, but men need to see this shit for what it really is. He's dry, bro. He has not many dates. This is all he could get. It's rough out there for him. You can tell. The haircut isn't hitting. The beard isn't hitting. The clothes aren't hitting. And she knows full well, and she's taking advantage of him. This is what average dude looks like dating, especially in Atlanta. He had to go get himself a woman that thinks she's God's gift to earth and her shit don't stink, because it's fucking rough out there, boys. He is struggling. You know, like that video we did earlier a few days ago about woman tries the dating apps like men. Took her like a week. All she got was 5 cave troll matches. Of those 5, maybe 1 responded. This is that result in real life. My man's got 5 fucking responses out of days of dating apps. Probably the lowest quality woman he can get was right here. 5 cave troll equivalents. Fucking snagged one for a date. And this is how his date goes. This is why most men would rather not use dating apps. This is what's happening because this is what you have to settle for. Your dating pool is shit. I'm sorry, bro. It is what it is. You have to step up. This is why we say self-improvement. This is why we say you got to keep growing as a man, because he's not in a position to be dating. Unfortunately, his quality of mates, the women he's attracting, are low because he's low on the totem pole. It is what it is. And you'll never get over this. You cannot negotiate attraction. The universal law is, if the pool of people you're dating sucks, it's because you suck and you have to do better. You have to become better. It is what it is, man. It's a brutal truth. You can't tell this guy any different. Let's let this play out and see what
it would have been.
Okay.
But if we're late, I mean, I told you twice.
Late. It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot.
I mean,
and waiting for a reservation.
We can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, you know, the equivalent to that? I mean,
I literally
you don't
just said,
understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong with
I will die. That's embarrassing.
Listen, as I said, I have very specific certain expectations for a date.
No.
I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other. So respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So
At this point, after pulling her phone out and getting recorded, it's get the fuck out of the car. Respectfully, nothing. I mean, he's handling it. Super nice guy. Super respectful. Very cordial with her after getting dissed to shit and made out to look like a fool on the internet. If she wanted some to record, she could record her ass walking home or getting an Uber. Later, I would have got up in that camera. Hey, everybody on TikTok. So she's going to walk home or get her own Uber. Later, bitch. There's not that much else to say. And you're driving her home. Bro, spineless.
oh, you just
Self-inflicted.
want to call it a night? I mean, isn't there
Shit.
some kind of compromise or something? Ladies, can you believe this?
No,
I'm
sure.
sorry, y'all.
No, we
He
can't.
was out of the parking space.
If I don't feel
Can you
respected,
see?
Why are you nervous? You shouldn't be. You got disrespected. Tell her to kick rocks. Have strong boundaries. Keep telling you guys, man, a lot of this shit is self-inflicted, unfortunately. And again, don't think that this is the norm. Again, it took two unique turds coming together for this to blow up in each of their faces. That's unfortunate. But it's becoming more and more common in America as the TikTok brain rot spreads through modern women everywhere.
I am not gonna go through with the rest of
come
the day.
on. Well, I mean, you are serious. You're really leaving.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want this place anyway, right?
I mean, I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go home?
I don't.
Are you sure you're trying to at that point get rude and disrespectful with it? The moment she said, are you sure you're trying to leave? I mean, you gonna give me head as an apology? The fuck I look like here? UNICEF? Shit ain't free, homie. You got gas money?
A lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them, and
Why?
we've broken everyone.
Oh
So
my God.
I'm sorry.
Why is he apologizing? That shit is crazy, bro. Like, I told you. He should have got so fucking bold with it. Just 180 on her ass. Stop stuttering. Stop apologizing. Just get up in her face and be like, bitch, know what? You trying to fuck or what? Straight up. Dick isn't gonna suck itself tonight. How hungry are you really? Get audacious with her, man. She wants to play this game. Two can play it. Yeah.
All right, whatever. Well, I mean, I guess I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do. I understand where you're coming from.
My lord. And okay, the comment section here says, what's wrong with a Cheesecake Factory? She's been listening to Sprinkle Sprinkle Lady. If you don't remember who that was, I think we covered a few videos way back before I stopped trolling through TikTok because it's so toxic. She would end her stuff or in the middle of her sentences be like, sprinkle, sprinkle, you know, but she's basically advocating prostituting yourself for material possessions. So real low level game for women there. She tested him with the advice from Sprinkle Sprinkle and ended up in disappointment. It was all up on her face. Waiting an hour for a green dress and purple lipstick. What's wrong with Cheesecake Factory though? He's right for doing that. He communicated properly, was respectful, knows his worth. I also love the Cheesecake Factory. Lipstick and lashes say Applebee's. This is on her own page, by the way. As I like the Cheesecake Factory girl bye. He dodged a bullet. Perfectly played. He's really nice because she would have had to Uber while I ate at Cheesecake Factory alone. And a bunch of women basically saying a variation of the same shit. Like, I love Cheesecake Factory. He was so nice. Where are the men like this? Women are constantly looking for nice guys like this. Girls, send him over here. Shit like that. I've been reading a bunch of that. She couldn't even respect his time and he was respectful. Had an itinerary, was on time, and still had this conversation with her. Sir, come get me. You know, and if Audacity was a person, yada, yada, yada. A lot of women just virtue signaling, saying like, where's this kind of man at? We want men like him, send him my way, kind of bullshit. And the reality is, the moment all these women match up and see his card flash on Tinder, it's a next. Nope. Dude is low value male, invisible in their eyes. When they say send men like this my way, he's got to be looking like Brad Pitt. That's what they mean. They want the bad boy to have the nice temperament. That's like the perfect man in their eyes. And that man rarely exists. He is their equivalent of a unicorn. See, who's the guy? I'll date him. No, you fucking wouldn't. Anyways, I can't believe someone would post this shit thinking it's going to go in their favor. That's wild, man. The entitlement and the delusion is next level and should have been snipped in the bud way before it got to this point. And on the other side of this coin, the lack of self-respect, the low self-esteem from a man is absolutely abhorrent to watch. And a lot of men are weak like this these days. A lot of soys, a lot of nice guys, a lot of men getting used. It's unfortunate. You know, the old adage and saying is true. She makes rules for betas, breaks them for alphas. It's really true, man. And I hate to use stupid terminology like that, but the bad boy that makes her fifis light up and got her feeling all sorts of things is the one she drops all the rules for. It's been like that since the beginning of time. That little nice guy that picked her up, waited an hour, did the exact opposite of what she wants and respects in a man, got treated exactly like how she envisions him in her head. Bug sandwich eating, soy consuming, decrepit, low value. You're lucky to be breathing my air, you bug of a man. That's how women treat these guys that don't respect themselves. You're not doing yourself or her any favors by not respecting yourself. Luckily, we just got to witness what happens because he's less than a man in her eyes to have the balls to pull out a phone and record the dude in his own car in a parking lot where God knows what could have happened to her. Imagine how little someone has to think of you to do something like that. There you go, man. Guard your time, boys.